Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I've come back to do hopefully the last part of this picture. So we're going to start off with this silly little thing here that I can't figure out what it is. Now I've been told it might be a pearl. I think I'm going to color it like I did the little gems and the beads in here and kind of make it a glowing gem. I'm going to think it's an agate, like when you break open an agate rock that has the gems or the sparkles on the inside. So basically I'm going to color it like that and leave this side kind of more of the yellow glowy color and kind of let that glow kind of show out here. So we colored all the gems up there in banana and the reds, and now I gotta find those because I know they're out here on my desk. Well, I knew they were. I thought I brought them out. So we have banana, and that is going to be our brightest color. So we're going to stick that there. Because that is the glowing part of the whatever this is. And I'm going to call it an agate. So we're going to put that there. And then in some of these areas where we have the light colors, I'm going to add that banana in also. So we're going to give this little rock a little bit more of a glow coming out of it. I was leaving the camera up so you can see where I'm going to put all the yellow. Or I should say all the banana. So we're going to add a little, since it's going to glow over here, we'll put a little in the cape area here. Okay. One of the nicest things about these pencils that I absolutely love is you can layer and layer and layer, and it makes no difference. We're going to put a little of it over here in the blue. A little up here in this trim. And I'll probably go over that a couple times in the trim because I have to color the trim yet. A little up here in that blue. So we want to kind of make a arch of the gold here, or the glow. So in your mind, think of a circle. So if we took, something out like this, and you actually drew a circle around, you would know where to put it. So if I want it to come up about that high and out this far, I would go out this far here and make sure everything in there was arced with a little bit of the yellow color. So we're just gonna touch everything in there with this banana. Lighter out on the edges and a little darker towards the thing that's glowing. Okay, we're also going to put a little shine over here because if that's glowing, you're going to get a little bit more of it on the other side. Sorry, I'm going to have to wiggle the camera, of course, because my cord is connected. I'm going to flip this little thing around, make it a little bit bigger, and we're going to use the eraser here to put a little glow line there, and then we're going to add the yellow right in there. That'll be our glow from here. We want to put a little up here in the clothing. And maybe a little touch in this little guy here. Just a little glow. And of course, if it's glowing there, it might hit over here on the glove too, so we'll add a little in there. And depending on how bright we want to make it. I think for now that'll do. At least I know where the general colors are going to go. And now we want to put in the, this is the Carmin Lake. And then we used, I believe it was the, I'll get you to read that, whatever it is, Anthraquinone Carmin. We'll bring that banana in a little bit better. Blend it with that. And then if I look at this, sorry, I believe I put a little green in there. I'm not positive. I'm going to have to look at it real close. I'm going to throw a tiny bit of Merlot in there too. It's either blue or green, so we're going to throw in a tiny bit of the Inanthrone Blue. Just to add a little touch of that in there. Okay, what else do we have here? A little sepia. I'm going to darken it down on this side. And a tiny bit of raisin. Hold on a second. All right, I'm going to turn the picture over here so I can get it dark down here. I'm going to bring in a little, sorry for all that noise clinking. Get you down just a bit so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to get this black down here. It's close enough to his hand. Go back in with the banana. And this is the red I can't pronounce. And then we're going to find, I have flame down here somewhere. Just a hint of the orange in here. Okay, we're going to take a little white, Prisma white, and just a little bit. That around there. Then we can put the banana right on top of that. There. Sorry, I'm going to turn it around again. And then if we add the banana just a little bit brighter around here. And then that says it's going to glow a little bit. Okay, I'm going to darken the line here. So there, we got his hand darker again. All right, one piece down. I may go in with the eraser and highlight that in some areas like that also. Then you can always take the Caran blender and just blend that line in, and then you get this kind of cool effect also. Okay, now what next? I'm also going to put Posca in there if you're wondering. Okay, let's start off with the sword. Can I get the whole sword in frame here? I'm going to do that in a silver color, or as close as we can get to a silver color. We're also going to put a little of that glow up here since it's a reflective piece of metal. All right, so silver is like a silver color, percents of cool gray, not warm gray, and black and some kind of white color. So we will get into our pencils and see what we have in the lines of a cool gray. Or yeah, the Derwent Lightfast has this cool color. It's called Arctic. It is a blue-white. So I'm going to pull that out. I'm not going to lose my banana. Banana got to stay out. Stay over there, pencils. Okay, now we want grays that are blue-ish. I have platinum, cool gray, moonstone, who knows. These are colors I'm just going to pull out. These are Lightfast. Get out a little card here. So we have the Arctic. Pretty non-existent color, huh? We have Cool Gray. Moonstone. And Platinum. So, not impressed with those. Okay, we're going to put those back over here and see what else we have in the other set. This one is Steel Gray. Eeks. Not that I'm going in. This one here is a Silver Gray. Okay, that one will probably work. And then we have, oh boy, the French Grays have got brown in them, so we'll skip those. The Cool Grays are in a different set. These are all French Grays. Payne's Gray. If I mix those two together, that might work. Maybe if I, this is Payne's Gray 30%. It might be okay. Did I have that? What did I say? Steel Gray or the other one? Go with Steel Gray in that. And a light blue. I should have a light blue in the luminance set. Light cobalt blue. Yeah, that'll work. And yeah, that one's too scratchy. It's white. We'll just use the Prisma white. I also have sky blue light in the Prisma, and that'll blend nicely. Okay, sword. We want to put a little bit of the blue reflecting from his coat in here somewhere. This is the sky blue light from the Prisma. And we'll put a little up in here. Goes all the way up to the top, so we might as well throw some in there. Okay. Then we want to sharpen this pencil. Where did I let my sharpener go? Okay, this one is the Silver Gray. And that's okay, then we're going to go in with the Steel Gray. We're going to go over these areas where the fishy are and put that color gray instead of the darkest gray that's in there. She's are cute. And then we're going to put it right along that edge. Going up on this side. It probably should all go one way or the other, so I'm gonna make it go upward. If you want to watch a really good video on someone who can make metal look like metal, Maja Gates, I'll leave a link down to her video that she did. Man, that metal turned out really pretty. I'm just trying to make this look a little silver. Okay, we're going to throw a little of that banana reflection in here. So we'll throw that in about down here. And we'll throw a little up here from the mask coming down. We're going to get a little bit brighter blue, excuse me, brighter blue. I don't know what, that's green. Do you not want green? Want a blue? That's blue. It's kind of a turquoise blue we're going to throw in here too. All right. Then we're going to bring in the Prisma white. Get rid of that color on the tip. And just kind of blend those in all the way up. Going to bring in some Posca into that. Going to try to bring in some Posca into that. Maybe not this one because it won't work. And here we go. We're going to put some in here. And kind of blend it out. Got a street cleaner outside. Wondering what all that noise is. This one's not working terribly well either. So we'll just get another one. I got 3 of these on my desk. Oh heck, we'll see if this one will work. Nope, that's not going to work. It's not white. Well, I gotta get one of these to work, I guess. Sorry. Well, I'm going to add white in here, even if I can't get these to work. Just to brighten them up in some areas. We're also putting a dark background in here, so that will help brighten these things up that don't look terribly bright right now. I do want that a lot whiter. I may just bring in some white paint since I can't get my other thing to work. So we'll just get a fine tip paintbrush and a little white acrylic paint. I'm going to go over this gray line with the white paint. You can use your Posca if yours is working. Mine's not. And the same thing on the other side. We're just going to go up that line. You can keep it in there. I'll do that on my own time here. It's a little hard to be painting those lines, but we're just going to add it in like that. That was just titanium white folk. Wow, yeah, that's close. Folk art paint. Now you know how close I am to the picture. Okay. If you don't mind my finger being all white, we will finish here. There we go. Okay. So the swords are going to be done like that. Glowy guy is going to be done like that. I had to get one of these Poscas to work so we can get the lace effect on his shirt. I was going to do with this. So we'll go over here in this area, and we're going to go over this in white. Okay, and then we're going to add little dots going around all of these, and your dots can come out a little bit further in some spots. To kind of give it a little bit more of a lace look. So again, all this is going to be done like that. So dots, and then bring some of them out. All the way around on every piece. Okay, So that's how the lace is going to get done. And that'll be on both sides and up here on his neck. I've got eraser stuff all over here. So we'll just go over it. And the dots. And out. Okay. So that's how the lace will be done. I don't need to do all of it. You've seen it. We're going to do, let's see what else we can do a piece of. I'm going to do pieces of everything, and then I'm going to finish this off camera. So all the swords would be done like this. It's how our little glowy ball, rock, egg, whatever, is going to be done. The little kitties in here are going to be done the same color as he is. Maybe we'll just make it gold. We'll make that one gold. We could make his gold too. So this is gold. It's the Lightfast color. And we're just going to add it all over. Okay, the sun is probably, or the rays. I'm going to do those kind of yellow too. Okay. A little darker tone would be the we're going to go with Persian orange here. Add a little of that. Going to go over those lines. Add that on the tip of those. I'm not even showing you what I'm doing. Yell at me, people. Okay, golden yellow here. Sorry, I thought this was up high enough for everybody to see. I apologize. We're going to add some banana into him too. We added it here, so we have to add it here just to bring that up. Okay, and then we'll just darken the outer area here. This is autumn brown. Put that on his eyes, tip of his nose. Okay, then we'll go back over that with the original color I put down, which is gold. Okay. And we'll do that on the shirts. Make sure you can see the shirt. And then we're just going to go in with the autumn brown on this side. Okay, and then back in with the gold. Okay. If we sharpen that up a little, we can probably get that a little better in here. There we go. I want to outline it so it's not in gray. Oops, I knew that was going to happen. I'm pressing way too hard on a very sharp Lightfast. They don't want to be sharpened that much, but I'll use that sharp edge to finish that. Okay, and then I'm going to darken in these areas here. Can you see? Okay, just kind of blend that in a little bit. Okay, so if anybody else is wearing a cat, that's what they're going to look like. What do we got? We'll do the trim. Now, if you'll notice, this trim, it's all going to be the same, the little edges. This is like a braided piece of whatever you want to call it. Trim, and then you have the inside here, and I want to kind of do these kind of like the mask. I'm going to outline it all in whatever color I got. I got autumn brown here. I'm going to outline all that, so it's like a braid here. Think of it as a thin piece of hair. Okay, so it all goes connecting down to the next one. Okay, same going up. You're just going to draw up there and connect it to the next piece. You darken this side of it, and you're going to draw down this line is where it connects to the main piece. You want to shadow it up a little bit. Okay. So just drawing it there, shadowing it up. Remember, there's a little of that yellow in here, so it's going to be a little brighter. You're just doing a very light touch of this color. You want to do the top, and you want to do the bottom. It's going to be a little darker up here, so a little more color there. Probably be a little darker down here. You're going to have to be careful here because we have the yellow in there, and we want to keep that yellow. Okay, just a light touch, leaving it kind of a really light color in the middle. Do a double color down here and here. We have a tiny bit of that down in here. So we're just going to do the same thing. And this one's just going to be a darker color altogether because it's down under his glove and everything. Okay, then we're going to take in a yellow ochre. And just very lightly go over that. And then we'll go in with, I'm going to throw some banana in there. Right in the center. Okay, remember down here we have to have a lot of banana, so we're going to throw it in there a little bit more. And we'll put a little down the bottom. Okay. Alright, so the braiding's going to be done like that. If you want to touch up or make it even prettier, you can throw in, like, I had flame out here. That would be nice. Flame is a pretty color. You can go in and go back up there on one side of this and add a little of that in there. Depends on how ornate you want to get. This is why this picture is taking me forever. So I'll just keep adding stuff to it. And then when I see something else that can add a little to it, I do that too. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and that's how the braiding is going to be done. The inside is going to be done a little different for each one because one of them's fish, one of them's triangles, and I guess these are swirls. So same colors because we're wanting to stay with whatever design here. So the darkest part of the design, like these little swirls, we're going to just trace over with the darkest color we did the trim with. And since I'm assuming this is kind of a leather strap, I'm staying with the browns on all of this. This would be indented leather work or tooling. So everywhere it's dark would be the deepest spot of the leather. So you're just tracing it, and that's where they would put their tool, dig into the leather. And when they put the oil on top, that's where it would recede into. So I'm not exactly sure what this pattern is, but I'm just following the gray lines. And crossing my fingers, it'll look good when it's done. Okay. So there we go. We're going to darken it up a little in the recessed areas, give it a little shadow. All right, then we're going to go in the same we did down here, bring in the yellow ochre. So this would kind of be the raised or more raised area. Then we're going to go in with the golden sun. Going to go over our circled areas, make them stand out a little more. Go across those lines a little. Then we're going to bring in flame, do the same thing, just darken it under here. Break our tip off. Okay, and then we're going to bring in the, wherever the banana went. Here we go. We're just going to add that in. Now you can put a beige on this or a tan. I'm still working on, remember we got that glow going on. So we'll find a tan here. What do we got? A tan or a cream or something. You know, skin tone would work too. Light flesh, 10%. And I'm just going to add that in all over. If this is a leather strap, it would have a skin tone in it. There we go. So basically that is the pattern that I'm going to do even on the triangles. So I'll do this little section here. You've seen the rope done. So we'll bring in, and this is the autumn brown again. Underneath here, it's the recessed part. Of course, the rope area here. Be careful of that lace so I don't mess with it. Okay, and on the inside of the triangle, we'll just go on one portion of it. Go in with the yellow ochre. The golden sun. And then the flame. Whoops, I think I went over the line there a little bit. And there we go. We're going to cross here. Make that look like it's recessed down also. So we'll just bring in the brown and go down on one side. Just lightly touch the other sides. So it'll be down on this side. And light on that side. Okay. And we'll bring a little of that golden sun in here. just on the tip. Add a little dimension to it. Okay, boom. That's how the triangles will be done. That's how all this stuff is going to be done. We're going to do the hat trim real quick. We'll show you how to do that. I'm going to leave an area here kind of white. So hold on a minute. Okay, rim of his hat. We want to remember we're going to bring up some of this color into this. Maybe a glow if I want to bring it up that high. I'm not sure. We're going to work with the same colors as we did on the trim, because the trim of his hat has kind of got that braiding going up it, kind of that. I don't know if that's fishes there. I got to look a little closer. Yeah, it could be fishes, but it's like little ovals here that go up on the trim. So we have a trim here. It comes down. So it's got 1, 2, 3 kind of trims on this hat. We want to make this kind of the reflective area from like the band, some of the colors of his hat too. So we got to be a little careful there. But we're going to do the same type of thing. We're going in with the autumn brown. I want to get rid of the gray lines. So you want to go around all these areas with that color. On the top. Same in here, we're going to do the same thing. This is like the triangle down there. So I'll go up across these bars like that. Do the dark under here. In those recessed areas. It's not as much detail in these that you can see, so we're just gonna kind of do it half detailed with some work there. I can't really see what I'm doing, but you get the gist. It's gonna go across here. Okay, this is going to be nice and dark, so you can just go over it there. These lines. We have fish here, and you're going to want to trace over the fish. If you don't want to, that's fine. You don't have to. I'm going to. It's kind of like the same fish that's on his mask. So if you just think of it that way. Got a tail over here. Then we got one here. Put a shadow under here. Okay, then going with the yellow ochre. I mean, you are going to put as much effort into it as we did down here, so you'll darken that a lot. The yellow ochre is going to be right about in here, and up on the tip up here. Want those kind of the light areas. maybe a little bit red over here. Okay, then you want to go in with the, what is this, the Golden Sun. So we're going to start turning into our browns. Going to bring it into the hat too. Like I said, these are you're going to do as much work down here. I'm just going to do the band part because there are no other fishies on this. Okay, we're going to go in with the flame. I want to make sure I got the right one. Okay, and then we're going to go back in with the autumn brown. So that'll be our darkest area there. Dark going up on this side. Coming down. All the way down on this side. You can use this to outline the different colors going up. Okay. Got our shadow that's down here, so we want to make sure we get this nice and dark too. Okay, so far. Now on the area down here, I have to bring in, sorry, clinkies. I'm going to bring in the carmine, the red, and the banana. And each one of these little dots. Going to outline it in the red. Do a few of them here. Did that one kind of backwards, but that's okay. Sorry about the computer. We're going to erase that little spot there so I can go the right way on all of these. Then we add the red in. Try to keep it in the hole there. And then put the banana in the little hole and kind of mix it all together. Okay, so those are going to be our rivets like that. Then we're going to take the yellow ochre, gently go over it. I'm only going to do this portion. And then we're going to take the autumn brown, and these are little circles, so you want to kind of go up a little bit, up a little bit, up a little bit. We're going around the edge to get rid of that gray. And upping around the circle a little, just to make them stand out a little more. Okay. So that's what those are going to look like when we're done. If you want to make any of this darker, just bring in your black. You can also use that to go over the line and bring that line up if you think that looks a little better. Just because this one up here is really dark, you can use that line too and just bring it down. Okay. But that is how that is going to be done. And we're going to do basically the same thing up here around the eyes. This is kind of, I'm going to say, more of the lacy effect. So I'm just going to very lightly go over that in a couple of areas with the yellow ochre, just for shadow effect. And then I'm going to leave the rest of that in the light flesh color. So really light. We can bring in a little darker brown there. How about a little ruby earth? Right down here in the shadow area. I wanted to find that eye a little bit better with that. So, and then we're just going to, with the one working Posca, if I have it, we're going to take just some little dots here and go around those scallops. Like that. So that's how those will look. If you don't like the bright white, wait for it to dry. Don't go on it right away, but you can knock it back down a little bit with a lighter color. Okay, what else do we have left to do other than Meow and his feathers? So we might as well do Meow. Said I'd kind of like to do him in gray tones, so I'm going to pull out some of these Payne's grays. I don't know which. I'm going to pull out all these grays and we're going to use a card and see what we think of it. Okay. These little cards that I'm pulling out are made from the same cardstock, so that is why I pull them out as I'm trying to see what the color would look like down on the paper. Okay, that is Payne's Gray 60%. This is Payne's Gray. So far I am liking those. What do we got? Payne's Gray 30%. That one I could do without. We'll put that one over there. Payne's Gray. Wait a minute. What did I say that was? That was French Gray. Okay. No wonder I wasn't liking it. Payne's Gray 30%. Liking the Payne's Gray selection. Do we have another one? No. That's it in Payne's Gray. So we'll work with those 3 Payne's Gray ones. They are in the Caran Dash set, Luminance. So we have the Payne's Gray 60, Payne's Gray 30. So we're going to take the Payne's Gray. We're going to go right over the gray. We're going to add a little fluff in here, just because this guy is going to be a fluffy kitty. You can see this, right? So we're going to do little tiny strokes. Go all the way out here with this color brought in. I'll do this side, do the other side later. Okay, then we're going to bring in a little bit of the 60%. I'm going to bring in a little bit of Anthraquinone Pink here and just touch his nose in those light areas. Going to give him a little pink nose. Okay, then we're going to go in with the 30% Payne's Gray. Try to keep a sharp edge on that. Okay, go back in with the 60%. I'm going to put a sharper edge on this, so I'm going to sharpen that and be very careful put a shadow in there. Let's go under that quite dark. Okay, we're going to bring in some white. That's a Prisma white. Sharpen it. Just going to add a few little lines in here, bringing some of that up. Okay. We'll want to take in some black and darken this line up between his nose and his little mouth. You can add a few little black lines in there too if you like. I left this side blank so you can see the difference between them. Okay. Okay, I'll probably play with that fur a little bit more, the more little lines you have in there. Cuter he gets. Okay, so those are the whiskers. I got the feathers to do, so join me on the big feather. I kind of want to make the feather the same color as his, probably his cape. So we're bringing in, oh boy, bring in all our red tones that we have out. Ruby Earth, Raisin, the Carmin Lake. So a bunch of the reds along with the flame. Yeah, that probably would work. Nice little fall color collection here. So we have Flame, Carmin Lake, Ruby Earth, Raisin, and yeah, Anthraquinone Carmin. And we're going to just goo up and put some color in here. So our brightest color is Flame. Maybe we should start with that, or a neutral tone so I don't freak out. Going with Golden Sun first. I'm going to put that kind of in our bright areas. And this is a pretty fluffy feather. So again, if you like, you can think of this as hair. And put your highlights where you would put highlights in the hair. And then the low lights and all that will work in there. Want to keep the center of this kind of light though. Can you see this feather? Okay. Really want to get this finished for you. This will be a long video, but that's okay. Just take a while to upload. Okay, then I'm going to bring in the red. This is the bright red. If I can remember, you can check out Sammy's Instagram. She also did this little guy. She did the farther away version. This is the close-up version. She did a really good job, so you can get another color combination from hers. I'm going to bring in some raisin, which is a really cool color. I'm going to darken it up here anyway. We're going to put some white in here, so it'll be light colors. Ruby earth. Okay, then the Carmin Lake. Okay, then we're going to bring in the flesh, 10%, and just kind of add that in down here. We're going to go all the way around the edges and bring that color down. Okay. Gonna bring in some white. Just kind of blending those. Okay. When I've done the background, I'm going to go back in with a Posca or paintbrush on that also. I don't know where the Posca pen is that I was using, but we want to get rid of the gray lines. We'll want to bring up some of that white in there. So, I have to ink that though before we do that, or I'm going to be having to do it again. Okay, so the only thing left we have are the ribbons. And since I am going to use the same colors on those, I will do these over here. We're going to bring in, where's that dark brown color? Wasn't that one. It's not Payne's Gray. Now I'm losing colors on my desk again. Autumn brown. The yellow ochre. Golden sun. We'll see how much we can add in here. The Carmin Lake, and maybe the ruby earth, I don't know. And the we're doing it the same colors as this piece here. Down to ribbons. Okay, so we're going to start with the autumn brown in the darkest areas. You have to decide which one here is up and which one's down. I'm going to take this one here. This one's in back, so it'll be darker. This is the low light, and that goes up, so that's the highlight. This one's a little flatter. That's the highlight, and here's the low light. It's the only thing you have to remember about clothing is it doesn't lay flat. So there's always a part that is under or down, and then the part that flips up is lighter of the areas. So we're going to put the yellow ochre in the up parts, right across the mustache. So you can think of it as mountains and valleys. Then we'll put in the golden sun, working our way into the brown, or from the brown up to the yellow. The flame. Carmin Lake. Okay, then back in with the, I have gold out here somewhere. Well, I do somewhere. Gold. I'm going to go in with some gold. Just blend that all together. Okay. If that needs any extra blending, you can go in with the blender. This is just the Caran full blender stick that is small. There we go. We will also make sure that our whisker here has the color going across. So all the ribbons will be done that way. When I get back, all of those items will be done and we will ink the background. Okay guys, we're back. The well, picture is mostly done. What we're doing now is the background. So all I did here on this guy is took my eraser and kind of put in some stripes here to give it that kind of a shine. Other than that, I just put in some white Posca in these areas, and then I just took one of these pencils, and after it dried, you can go over it, and well, you can either knock it down in color or just add color on top. And that's basically what I was doing, is adding it on and then going over it a little bit. I put a little of this around the mask under the eyes, and when we went around with the white, I also knocked it down to highlight the eye area. Did it on the hat. And did it down here, and I'm going to show you, we just go over it very lightly, and you can change it from white to whatever color you want it. Okay, let's see if there was anything else I did. Well, not that I know of. So what we're going to do is a background, and like I said, I was going to ink it. I want to kind of do it dark, so I brought in two colors. Hopefully they're not too close to the clothing. I kind of did a sheet here. This is the blue, so I think the blue will match nicely and not blend in too much. And then I thought I'd add in some purple. If you're wondering about the purple, since there isn't any purple on the page, the blue and the red mixed together will make purple, making it a cohesive color, and I'm not using it as a total background, just as a highlight. And I'm going to use these brushes because I have no more gripping strength left in my hand. The border out here, I'm going to paint this in black, so I don't care if I go over the edges or what, but I'm going to do that in black acrylic paint. I'm just going to paint around the edge. So we're going to start off with the blue. I don't know which one has any color on it here. Tested the purple on this one, but the blue here I'm using is Faded Jeans, and it's going to be that color. a little lighter than the indigo, but dark enough for what I want. I want a dark area out here. And I'm going to start right here where it's blue. With these tools, you can lightly go over the areas and still get ink on there. I want to get around his face, his mustache, meow-stache. Okay. It's probably going to add some color into this. A little bit, but that's okay. And I guess that's not going to work for me. I want a little more color on there, so in with the ink pad. Make sure we got the right color. And I don't want too much of it going down. Can you still see this? I don't know. I'm just going to line that up and start on the outside of the page and bring some of that color in. There we go. Make it darker on the outside edge, lighter around his face, which it is. So here we go. I'm gonna go up here. I don't know. Boy, there's a lot of stuff on my desk. How well it's going to cover these feathers, but we'll find out. So in I go with the ink, kind of lighten it as I go towards the hat. Go on up here. I haven't put any Posca into the feather because, like I said, the Distress ink will go right over the Posca. And then that kind of makes your coloring of the Posca, you know, kind of a moot point. So I'm going to go all the way around and do this in blue. And then I'm just going to splot in the purple here and there. But I want to get the base coat of the blue down first. Just up here in the corner. Turn it. Can't move anything. There's too much stuff on my desk. There we go. I want it darker in that corner a bit. I can't lift up the paper. Jeez. Okay. Now I want to put in some purple. So I better find a purple sponge. I'm sorry if I move the camera. This is where I keep all my sponges, and I found one. Purple. Just take this one off. Get the hair off of it. Jiminy crickets. Lots of fuzz on this one. Looks like my cat slept on it. Okay, purple. Purple Dusty Concord is what it's called. And it's a nice dark purple. And I'm just going to kind of put it in here and there. So kind of mixing these two together. Put some over here. Around that guy. here. Up here a little. Okay. While the ink is all wet, I'm going to bring in some water. I gotta get a rag out. And we're just going to splatterize it and pull it up a little. Maybe it will do this on this. Should a little bit. It's not going to do it too much, but it'll also help me get it out of some of the areas it shouldn't have gone into. There. There we go. It just helps kind of mix the inks together and kind of gives you that, I don't know what look. I like the look, so my picture, I can do what I want, right? Okay, that has got to dry a little bit. I'm going to paint this edge black just with a regular matte acrylic paint and a paintbrush, so that's going to add a little something on the edge. And if I need to touch up any of my Posca, I will. He needs whiskers, so I'm going to add those in when this dries. Give him a couple of whiskers. This is supposedly his fur, so he needs a few little whiskers. And then I'll be adding some highlights up here into this feather. If we get that, no, I can't do that, it's wet. I may darken that up with a little more blue because it is in the shadow. The feather comes forward and then goes back, so I don't need that to be seen as much. I'm covered. So I might darken that up a little bit so I don't have to deal with it as much. And then I'll lighten this area up here. Boom, boom, boom. Might get a little more down here. I think I got some wax pencil in or Posca paint on this area, and I might need to blend that a little bit better. But other than that, I am really happy with it. So I will take a picture of it when it's completely dry. These little spots will lighten up just a bit more, and I'll have the background, or the, whatever you call this area around here, painted black. And he'll have a couple of whiskers. But other than that, we are done. Yay! Picture at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in another video. Hopefully that doesn't last 6 times of me filming for an hour. Take care, everyone. Bye now.